Sam retired at 58 with $740,000 in his account. Derek kept working until 65 and walked away with $1.2 million. On paper, Derek's the obvious winner. He's got nearly $500,000 more dollars sitting in his retirement account. But 20 years later, Sam has more money than Derek. Not the same amount. More. And the gap isn't small. It's not a rounding error. It's the kind of number that makes you wonder if you've been thinking about retirement completely backwards your entire adult life. The math behind this is the part nobody shows you. So let's actually do it. Day 1. Sam and Derek are the same guy on paper. Both started working at 25. Both earned a median salary that crept up to about $95,000 by their late 50s. Both saved 15% of their income every year into a standard 401k with an S&P 500 index fund. Both own their homes outright by their mid-50s. Both are married. Both have the same Social Security record. The only difference is the exit date. Sam clocks out at 58. His balance, $740,000. He's nervous. His financial advisor told him he was leaving real money on the table. His brother-in-law called him crazy. His co-workers threw him a cake, and most of them secretly thought he was making a huge mistake. Derek stays. He does the responsible thing. He keeps grinding for 7 more years, maxes his contributions, captures the full employer match, and walks out at 65 with $1.2 million. Day 1 of retirement, Derek looks like the genius. He's got $460,000 more than Sam. He's got a bigger Social Security check coming. He did everything the financial planning industry tells you to do. This is where most people stop the comparison. This is also why most people get retirement wrong. Here's what starts happening to Sam between ages 58 and 61. He's not touching his investment principal yet. He's living on a small part-time consulting income of about $22,000 a year, plus a modest withdrawal. His $740,000 stays invested. At an average 8% return, it's growing by roughly $59,000 a year, more than he's earning from the consulting work. But the real shift is biological. Sam's resting cortisol drops. He sleeps 8 hours. He walks 4 miles a day because he has time to. He cooks at home because he's not exhausted at 7 p.m. His annual medical spending, and this is the part the calculators never include, drops by about $3,100 a year, compared to what it would have been if he'd kept working. Now Derek is 58, 59, 60. He's in the final stretch of a career he's tired of. He's eating lunch at his desk. He's sleeping 6 hours. His blood pressure medication gets bumped up. His doctor mentions prediabetes at his physical. He spends about $4,800 more per year on healthcare than Sam does over these 3 years. Derek is also spending money he doesn't realize he's spending. The convenience tax. DoorDash 3 nights a week because he's wiped out. A second car because his commute makes the first one fall apart faster. A cleaning service, a lawn service. Vacations that are really just expensive recovery weeks because he's too burnt out to actually go anywhere interesting. Conservative estimate on Derek's "I'm too tired to do this myself" spending, $8,400 a year more than Sam. By age 61, Sam's portfolio has actually grown to about $812,000 despite him being retired for 3 years. Derek's grown to $1.41 million. Derek's still ahead, just not by as much as he should be. But here's where it gets really interesting. Sam hits 65. Derek is now 65 and just retiring. Sam's portfolio at this point, roughly $1.02 million. He's been retired 7 years. He's drawn down some, but the compounding has more than replaced what he's pulled out. Derek walks out the door at $1.2 million. Slightly ahead, still ahead. Now both men are retired. Same withdrawal rate, same market, same lifestyle on paper. The math should freeze here, right? Derek should just stay $180,000 ahead forever. That's not what happens. Sam has had 7 years to figure out retirement. He knows what his actual monthly spending is, not the inflated number a financial planner used on a worksheet. He knows which expenses were just stress spending. He's optimized his health insurance bridge. He's set up his Roth conversion ladder. He's already done the messy first years where you accidentally overspend because you don't know what your real life costs yet. Derek is making every one of those mistakes right now at 65 with less time to recover from them. He withdraws too much the first 2 years because he wants to finally enjoy it. He gets hit with the sequence of returns problem because the market dips 14% in his second year of retirement. Sam already lived through a 22% drawdown at age 60 when he had a full portfolio and decades to recover. Derek hits his at 67, and it costs him real principal. By age 70, Sam is at $1.18 million. Derek is at $1.16 million. Sam just passed him. This is the moment that breaks people's brains. Sam retired with $460,000 less. Sam has been not working for 12 years. And Sam now has more money than the guy who worked 7 extra years to be safe. Let's run it to the end. Sam is 78. Derek is 78. Same age, same starting career, same savings rate, same investments. Sam's portfolio, $1,847,300. Derek's portfolio, $1,402,650. The man who retired 7 years earlier is ahead by $444,650. And the portfolio number is actually the boring part. Here's the rest of the scoreboard. Sam has had 20 years of retirement. Derek has had 13. That's 2,555 extra days. Sam spent not commuting, not in meetings, not answering emails on a Sunday night. Derek's old hourly equivalent, that's about $1.1 million worth of life. Sam got back that Derek traded away for $460,000 in starting balance. Sam's healthcare costs over the full 20 years came in roughly $61,000 lower than Derek's. The compounding stress reduction was real and measurable. Sam's relationship with his wife, and I know this isn't a dollar figure, but it shows up in the dollar figures anyway, never went through the what do we even talk about now that you're home crisis, because they got to figure that out at 58 and 59 instead of 65 and 66 when adaptation is harder. Sam took 11 international trips. Derek took 4. Sam's knees still worked for 9 of those trips. Derek's worked for 1. The final number, the one that should be on a billboard, $1,847,300 versus $1,402,650, a $444,650 gap in favor of the guy who left money on the table. Let's be honest about Derek's side because this isn't a fairy tale. Derek's path isn't stupid. It's the path the entire financial industry is built to recommend. And there's a reason for that. If the market had returned 4% instead of 8% over those middle years, Sam's early retirement would have been genuinely dangerous. Sequence of returns risk cuts both ways, and Sam got lucky on his timing. Derek's bigger starting cushion would have protected him in a worse scenario. If Sam's wife had gotten sick at 61 and they'd needed his employer's health insurance, the math collapses. The pre-Medicare gap between 58 and 65 is the single biggest risk in this entire plan, and it's not a small one. If Sam had been the kind of person who fills retirement with boredom instead of walking and cooking and consulting, his health costs wouldn't have dropped. They might have gone up. Retiring early into a couch is not the same plan as retiring early into a life. Derek's 7 extra years also gave him something Sam doesn't have: a bigger Social Security check for the rest of his life, about $580 more per month. Over 20 years of retirement, that's $139,200 in guaranteed government income that Sam will never see. Derek's path is the safer path. Sam's path has a higher expected value, but a wider range of outcomes. Both of those statements are true. So here's the question worth sitting with after you like and subscribe. If working 7 extra years actually costs you money, in compounding you missed, in health you spent down, in years you can't get back, then what exactly were those 7 years for?